In order to see your assigned rescues, you are going to want to tap your My Rescue section. The next screen that should pop up is a screen with a list of the routes you have been assigned. In order for us to properly report on the right donations, all routes must be started within the recommended pickup times and can be started as early as 30 minutes before. If you're starting your assigned route, tap the green Start button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen for the assigned route you want to start. A special instructions pop-up will show up in front of you with the information regarding the food donor. To close this section, just tap the X in the top right-hand corner of the box. For the sake of this video, we made the location Trader Joe's, but it could be a local restaurant, supermarket, business, etc. If there are any additional directions we would like you to know about the food donor, they will pop up here, such as call the donor first to see if they have donations, park behind the building next to the loading dock, and so on. If you want, you can use the app's built-in mapping software, which is compatible with a variety of apps, by clicking the Use Mapping Software button in the top right-hand corner of the screen. You will notice two icons on the screen. One is the eye icon, and the other is the phone icon. The top icon is going to be an overview of each step of the food rescue process and will show you which step you are currently on. If you tap on the phone icon, it will give you two options. The first option is the food donor, which you can call if you need additional information. The second is for food finders. Calling this number will connect you to an available staff member who will help you through this process. At this point, you are going to get in your car and begin driving to the pickup location. Once you've arrived at the food donor, tap the green Arrived at Pickup Location at the bottom of your screen. When you arrive at the food donor, a pop-up will show up in the app, giving you directions on where to pick up the food at that location. Please pay attention to these details as they will make your food pickup go much smoother. Keep in mind that this app was designed in part to replace the old way of reporting weight sheets using paper sheets, which some of you have kept and carried with you throughout your route. Having live and accurate reporting at the palm of your hand makes your process and ours easier. Our partner agency coordinators should have sent you a food category sheet with our 9 food categories and a unit measurement/pounds reference sheet showing you the different units we use to track our weights. Let's move on to the Confirm Food Quantity screen. This screen is where we record the food we are picking up. Starting off, it is going to display what food we estimate that food donor will give you based on previous data. This is a very important screen. The plus or minus symbols will allow you to change the quantity of that item based on what you received from the food donor. If you receive no donations at all from the food donor, please zero out the quantity on this screen so we know that there were no donations for the day. If the food donor didn't have any donations for a specific category that is listed in the app, but they did have other items, please zero out only the item they are not donating and add or subtract the quantity for those items that were donated. If you arrive at the food donor and there are additional items on top of the food that we estimated you will be receiving, you can add them to this food quantity screen by tapping the Add Item button. Please keep in mind that this Add Item section is for categories that are not already preloaded into this section. After pressing Add Item, you will be prompted to add the quantity of the item as well as the food category and item description you received. A quick side note, you should have received a unit/pound reference sheet via email from our partner agency coordinators that looks like the one displayed on the screen. Use this sheet as a reference to compare it with items you are receiving from the food donor. If you have not received this sheet, please reach out to one of our partner agency coordinators so they can send it to you. In the quantities box, add the number of units you are receiving of that item. In the item description, you are going to add the unit and the food category that makes up that unit. A couple examples of what this would look like could be 2 large bags of produce, 5 boxes of meat, or if you didn't receive any donations, 0 bags of baked goods, 0 crates of dairy items, etc. Once you've recorded all the items and amount of food, tap the Next button at the bottom of the screen. The next screen displayed in front of you is where you'll be able to add a photo of the rescue. To do this, tap on the gray camera icon, which opens your phone's built-in camera. Snap a selfie with the awesome food you rescued and share it on your social media profiles. If you don't want to share it on social media, please still submit this photo through the app for us to review. With the picture we took replacing that gray camera icon, tap the Next button and that photo will be submitted to us and you will be moved on to the next step. We can now start heading to the drop-off location, which in this case would be your organization. Once again, the app will pre-map this drive for you, and you can use your preferred mapping software to get you back to your organization from the food donor. A quick tip: to ensure that you complete your route, tap the Arrived At drop-off button before you even leave the food donor, because you're going to head back to your nonprofit organization either way. The next screen is just an overview of items that should be dropped off at your location. Take a look at the screen to confirm the food quantities match what you have in your vehicle, and then tap Next. A pop-up is going to show up letting you know that we are not requiring signatures at this time, as a precaution for our app users. Tap OK when you are finished reading. The screen in front of you will say, "Congratulations, Food Rescue Hero," with some additional text, and you have officially completed your food rescue. Tap the green Close button at the bottom of the screen. The last thing we ask of you is to rate your rescue experience and give us your feedback on the app about the donor, the pickup time, or anything you feel is important for us to be aware of. This information will help us improve your experience over time. Reminder: as long as you see the green superhero screen, you have completed the route. Reviewing your experience is optional, but it will help us in the future.